Peugeot, that one quirky French car manufacturer and home to some of racing's finest legends. These days, Peugeot is struggling to live up to the glory days, as they have forgot their philosophy of building fun, quirky machines in favor of overpriced, boring crap. Still, Peugeot still has its fans, and one car that's often cherished by Peugeot fans is this, the Peugeot 206. Easily the most iconic Peugeot of the early 2000s, with more than 8 million units sold from 1998 to 2024, the 206 has seen a lot of representation across many racing game franchises. Naturally, Enthusia also got its chance to feature the 206. Although in true Konami fashion, they decided to use the 206 Coupe Cabriolet instead of the 206 hatchback that we all know and love. Still, it is a 206, and one fact remains true about Enthusiast's 206. It is an underrated track monster. First off, let's get into the 206's basics. The Peugeot 206 CCS16 is a D-Class car that you can unlock by playing through Enthusia Live. It is powered by the 2-liter, inline-4, naturally aspirated, 16-valve Peugeot RFN engine that is mounted on the front of the car. This RFN engine produces 135 horsepower and 143 pounds-foot of torque, all delivered to the front wheels using a 5-speed gearbox. It has a 0 to 60 time of about 8.5 seconds and a top speed of 152 miles per hour. The 206 is classified as a compact car, featuring matching dimensions and weight for a car of its category. Other details to note include its 2.4 meters long wheelbase and the standard 205/45 R16 tires that it uses. That's all the info that you can find from the in-game specs and tests. However, with the help of Azulia and Real XP, who put in a lot of effort to decompile Enthusiast code into something digestible, we have learned some hidden stats that you can check from the Enthusiast spec DB, the link of which will be placed in the descriptions down below. From the spec DB, we can see that the 206 has a brake strength of 0.395, which is equal to the brakes that's equipped on the Mark 1 Prius. That's not that great, but don't worry, things improve from here. The 206 has a relatively even weight distribution of 49 to 51, and it also has one of the highest top gear ratios at 0.86. Its price weight of 252, which equals to a price probability of 7.5% per roll, makes it one of the most common cars to get if you ever see one in a race. Last but not least, the car's ID is listed at what looks to be the perfect number of 100. Unfortunately, because of how the other car IDs are ordered, it is also listed as car number 67 in the overall index. Moving on from this immeasurable disappointment, let's get to the most important aspect of any machine, its performance. One major benefit to using the 206 is that you can take advantage of its even torque and power spread, something that we can see through this decompiled power curve. From this curve, we can see that the torque peaks out early, while the horsepower only peaks later on. This gives the 206 a consistent power band, allowing for smooth acceleration and good speed gain across all RPM ranges. The 206 also offers players with excellent grip potential. As a front-wheel drive car with near even weight distribution, the 206 was able to keep itself planted on all types of corners. And not only that, it also greatly benefits from the period accurate tires that were installed. Since the 206 is modern by enthusiast standards, it was able to gain access to some highly grippy tires, even on stock. And with tire upgrades, which you'll receive by leveling up the car in Enthusia Live, you will increase the car's grip potential even further. The 206 also received good power upgrades thanks to its naturally aspirated engine. According to hidden data in the codes, NA engines have the second highest performance gain out of any engine configurations, and the impact on the 206 is very noticeable. Bring the car to faster tracks such as Speediapolis or the Nordschleife, and you'll see why. Once you max out all the power upgrades, the 206 was able to go from this to this. So effective are the power upgrades in fact that the 206 is able to keep up with the BMW M3 GTR at Speediapolis. Looks like Razor needs to send his car to our funds this time around. That being said, the 206 is not perfect. Because it's an FF car, it suffers from what I like to call the FF syndrome. There's a common trend for FF cars in Enthusia to spin its front wheels faster when cornering, resulting in both wheel spin and sloppy turning. You can tell if this occurs when the speed counter on your speedometer shoots up abnormally on cornering. You can also see the 206 visibly smoking its front tires if you're playing on third person when it happens. Fortunately for us, this issue can be alleviated by changing the car's setup. Applying the baseline FF tuning of lowering your ride height, adding some front spring and rear damper strength, and locking the front differentials significantly increases the 206's handling ability, allowing you to take corners with great precision even at high speeds. So long as you don't overdrive the car, of course. The stock gearbox also had some issues. It had some awkward gearing on the lower gears, and it isn't exactly the fastest either. Changing the gearbox setting to about 75% will not only solve this problem, it'll also give you enough speed to maintain your position at high-speed tracks without sacrificing too much acceleration for the slower ones. Another minor issue with the 206 is that higher level versions loves to spin its wheel at launch. This often resulted in me shifting gears too early, which is a really bad thing if you have to bring the car in a race against a fleet of supercars. Still, the advantages does outweigh the minuses. But does it translate to actual on-track potential? Well, let me give you an example. Here's a side-by-side view of two level 1 Peugeot 206s in a 2-lap race at Rev City. The green Peugeot is running the stock setup, while the blue one has the FF tuning applied. The stock Peugeot was able to beat the race in 2 minutes and 52 seconds. But the tuned 206 managed to do it in 2 minutes and 47 seconds. That's 5 seconds faster with just a setup change, and it only gets better from here. With a maxed out 206, I was able to shave 11 more seconds from my Rev City time. This potential, when paired with the hands of a skilled player, allows the 206 to go toe-to-toe with some of the game's fastest supercars. See this R34 Starline? Or this Dodge Viper? Well, they're absolutely no match for the speed of the mighty Peugeot. Sadly, there are some cars that are just a bit too much for the small French machine. Still, the 206's great balance of speed, acceleration, and handling makes it a fantastic car to be used at almost any track. Twistier tracks such as Burgenschlucht and its home venue, Route de la Seine, is where the 206 shine, but it can hold itself pretty well on places like Lowensteering. Just don't bring it to speedruns, as it is way too slow to beat the King of the Year on its stock form, or the Snow for that matter. Overall, the 206 is an excellent car for any player at any skill level. It's a great car to be used for beginners when they're still getting used to the game, but it is also excellent for veteran players who can use it to absolutely demolish some of Enthusiast's fastest opponents on a regular basis. So there you have it. That's my full review for the Enthusia Peugeot 206. I know I said in my previous video that I had plans to make a video about Driving Revolution and the Toyota Estima, but progress for the DR video has been slow to achieve. So yeah, that's why I'm making a video about GrogTV's favorite French shitbox. I promise that I will get the 2 videos finished as soon as possible. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. What do you mean my rifle is only a C3 Mercedes?